What's up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. And look, man, I want to get into something that's been swirling around social media for the last couple of days. I don't typically do a lot of the what's going on type of stuff. I do. I guess I kind of do in a way, but I guess things on this level. But this, what we're talking about today, speaks more to a principle rather than just the individual that is addressing. Um, and that is the Young Joc situation, where Young Joc was basically called out and, in some instances, made mockery of simply because he was discovered working on a regular job. Some people um, saw him driving Uber, or they got in his Uber, recognized who he was, and then began to shame him or attempt to shame him by questioning and stating that he had fell off. And we want to go right into that and kind of address that mindset, because that mindset represents, in my opinion, a mental illness on the part of the individual who is shocked and disrespectfully calling Young Joc out because he's working an honest job, an honest grind. And particularly, this strikes a nerve with me because I tend to only see this among black people. We're the only people that I seen that seems to have this mentality that if we are not living up to a standard that we view that an individual who was famous or not famous, if they're not living up to that standard, then they fell off. They've fallen off, and it's something that is worthy of embarrassing them. Now, Joc took the approach of like, hey man, I'm out here doing what I gotta do, which to me is a noble approach, because those who have been in the entertainment industry, those who've been in the music, Hollywood, whatever the case may be, we've seen people lose hundreds of millions of dollars, and some of them were not able to take it. They were not able to cope and deal and still survive or keep their sanity. And you've seen the demise of many people behind the loss of money and material things and status and opportunities. This man took the approach of like, I'm gonna go out and get another form of revenue to sustain myself and my family. And there's nothing dishonorable about that. That should be commended more so than made mockery of. And it speaks to an illness, a mental illness, not a clinical illness like schizophrenia or something along those lines, but just a mindset that we have as it relates to people. This is not the first time this has happened. Recently, the brother that played on the Cosby Show, his name is Jeffrey Owens, I think, he was spotted working in the grocery store. They did the same thing to him. They put him on blast like they caught him stealing groceries. They put him on blast like they caught him um, breaking in somebody's house. It happened with Cole from Martin. The brother that played Cole on Martin was working at a car dealership. Somebody walk up on him, put the camera all in his face. Hey, aren't you Cole from Martin? Why are you working? And he stood his ground like, man, I got bills. It happened to Gary Coleman long time ago. Gary Coleman was one of the biggest stars in the industry back when I was growing up. biggest thing, hottest thing smoking. Years past, he's working a security job. Here come the paparazzi trying to embarrass him for working a job. Now, the issue I have with the Young Joc situation, it was two sisters that recognize him. A lot of people, I know a lot of people saying this staged, he's got some other promotion going on. I don't know. But regardless of that, whether it's staged or not, the principle still applies. Because again, I've given you examples where we've seen it before. But to take the approach as if it's something to be ashamed of, to go out and work an honest job, it's a sad state of affairs. We live in a society where, as black men, we are condemned on a regular basis for being sorry, for not having a job. He ain't got no job. He don't want to work. He don't want to do this. But then, if a brother has a job, just because he's somebody with fame and that everybody knows, now he's being degraded behind that. Make up your mind. No such thing as a regular job. A job is a job. If it's an honest hustle, you're not doing anything illegal, there's no shame in it. So he didn't fall off. He actually stepped up. Because he showed, just as all those other brothers showed, and anybody else who may not be famous that may have had to go, I got to go do something different. He exhibited a great amount of character to do that. Because in that position, you know that everybody knows you. There had to be a moment where he went, okay, first day on the job, I'm getting ready to get out here. I know that people are going to know me. How am I going to address that? You got to face it head on and just be like, it is what it is. I'm out here working. What you want me to do? We think so backwards because we'll glorify the drug dealer. We revere the drug dealer. That boy out there getting it, man. Them boys out there moving them bricks. We revere the baller. We love the hustler that's hustling in the wrong way. Hell, we love the strippers. See? We glorify all that. That's okay. But then a brother just is found working in the grocery store. Found working in a warehouse. Found delivering pizza. Found driving Uber. And there's something wrong with that. Because these delusional standards, these societal standards that we impose on our own people have created this sickness to where when you see a man working an honest gig, you put him on blast like he was out there doing something wrong. Gotta fix that. I speak from experience because I've been in that situation before. I'm not famous. I'm not famous at all. But people know me. I can go anywhere in the world. Somebody gonna know me. So there was a time I had to put rap to the side and go get a job. Go get a 9-to-5 job. And it came within a year of one of the best years I had in rap. That's how fast it can happen. You see? So next thing you know, I go from 1 minute to moving a lot of units and doing pretty good. The next thing you know, I'm sitting in the office at a desk working at a job, 9-to-5. Because I had to do it. I wasn't experimenting. I was like, well, this is what I gotta do. And people will walk in and see me and recognize me like, oh, K-Rino, what you doing in here? I'm working. And the crazy part about that whole mentality that people have is that they almost approach you in a sympathetic manner. They come at you like, oh man. They'll say like, man, dog, what you doing in here? What you doing? Oh, what you doing in here? They say they put the emphasis on it. Man, bro, what you doing in here, man? You work here? Is it like they be puzzled and it's like, dude, yeah. They feel sad. Ain't nothing to be sad about. What's sad is they almost treat it as if like, you know, when you from the hood, you ever seen one of your partners that you came up with, he's a regular dude, regular female just like you, and then time passed, you don't see him no more. The next time you see him, he smoked out. He on dope real bad, or she messed up, she on dope. And you see him and you like, man, you had that sympathy in your heart like, hey, what's up, bro? Good to see you, man, you know. But in your mind, you like, wow, what happened? That's a proper emotion to have in that situation. You don't have the, oh, what happened approach because a man working on a job. He all right. Now, could he have taken a financial hit, had a setback? Of course, yeah, it happens. But if he's out there still able-bodied, right mind, right spirit, and he's getting it, and he ain't hitting people over the head for it, or stealing and robbing and killing people with drugs and things of that nature, sex trafficking and all that crap, he should be commended for being dignified enough, being upright enough to say, I gotta do what I gotta do. So we are wired up backwards in our thinking to try to embarrass an individual for doing what they have to do at that particular time. And you don't have to be famous to go through those types of situations. We see it all the time within the family structure. There may be a family member that was making six figures on a corporate job, on a regular job, or had their own businesses and was doing good with their own business, and things didn't work out, or things got slow, or they took a hit, and people are looking down on them now. We got to get out of that thought process. We got to get out of that mindset and start to grow up, because that's a childish approach. That's a childish way of thinking, and none of us are qualified to look down on anyone else. Because at the end of the day, he's still Young Joc. His name can give him an opportunity overnight. Can yours? So who really looks ridiculous in trying to call somebody out because they are no longer where you perceive they should be? And it's funny to you. You get gratification out of it. Wait till everybody sees this. Why do you take joy in making an attempt to bring somebody else down, to bring somebody down, and to embarrass them like that? Because again, like I say, I don't see other races of people doing that. You know, you just put your boots on and you get after it. It is what it is. So I won't put the link down. You know, y'all, the video's online. Y'all can find it. But if y'all just wanted to see the exchange, but Joc, you know, he G'd up about it. Just like I saw Cole from Martin, he G'd up about it. Just, you know, as a man and a woman, a real man and a real woman, you stand your ground. I'm not doing anything uncivilized. I'm not doing anything that is not worthy of me still being able to hold my head with dignity. Just because I don't care if you dropping fries at the fast food place. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you cleaning toilets. You can work and hold your head with dignity that you drawing a check every week or every 2 weeks and work to get yourself to where you really want to be and let nobody make you feel shame about doing that. And if you shaming somebody, number one, you out of line, but number two, keep living. Peace.